Hello, my friends. Here it is coming, I hope. And I was just reading you about budgeting on growth. And here is another part that calls the red box. And I'm going to read you a little more. It's not much, it's just one page. And you're welcome to write me emails with suggestions of the books, with questions on how, what, where, and so on. Anything that will stay confidential between us, only if you don't want it opposite. Okay? So my email is askmarusia@gmail.com. As the name of this channel, you're welcome to subscribe, of course, and invite your friends to watch me. Thank you for being here. Let me say hi to you in the chat, right here in the live chat. You're welcome to write me questions too, or whatever you write. Later, I will answer to you in the way you like, and of course in my way too. Okay, let's read a little bit more today. My Uncle George knew a lot about how to manage workers. During the Depression, Uncle George bought into a lumber company at a big bargain. The company prospered for many years. And the day came that George, no longer a young man, decided to bow out. With his departure, however, the business soared. His former partner met with him and asked him to come back as a partner, again at a great bargain. And by the way, we are reading a book, In Business for Yourself by Bruce Williams, who is the radio #1 call-in talk show host, explains how to start your own business and make it succeed. Yes, we are learning from him and trying to understand what's going on in our world now. So, second time Uncle George got the deal, huh? Then, when he reached his 80s, George retired for good, and the business folded soon afterwards. He made the difference between success and failure. And this is how he made it pay. Like most other enterprises, the lumber business has its peaks and valleys. You have to keep a certain number of men on hand, because when a boxcar comes in, it has to be unloaded quickly. You are paying a daily rate for every day it sits on the siding. On the other hand, times come up when there is not a whole lot to do around the old lumber yard. You know what? It's not only about lumber. It's in the big box stores also a problem now. We can put parallels together, please, and analyze it all. We can talk a lot more about that subject. Uncle George knew how to handle that. Right behind the lumber yard stood a pharmaceutical company that used a lot of experimental animals. What's next coming? George had a contract with the company to provide them with animal boxes, which he made out of wood, scraps, and pieces, at a price that nobody else could match. Every time an employee ran out of work, he was sent to the shed to make red boxes. Isn't that cool? Let's see how it ends. That meant everybody. Office workers as well as yard workers. The red box detail was always waiting to be done. And George was always 6 months ahead of himself on orders. Whatever the company needed, he could provide. I hated making red boxes. I worked for Uncle George for a month while I was home on leave from the Air Force. Hammering away in a hot shed in the middle of the summer held no attractions for me, but it taught me something nevertheless. I've always had my own equivalent of the red boxes in all my enterprises. A project that may not even make any money, but at least breaks even so that there is always something that pays for my workers' time. Did you ever think of that? In my rental car business, it was always a car that needed a new engine or major repairs. If necessary, I would buy a car to have something to work on. I can't afford to lay off my workers and send them home. I lose them that way. A red box in your business can make the difference between profit and loss. Something for your employees to do, even if it's only marginally profitable. Marginally profitable. Uncle George's partner never understood that, which is why the business foundered when George left it. George left it. The partner had other business skills. For one thing, he was a great ball thrower, but he didn't know how to get maximum productivity out of his workers. So, side business. Get your workers involved. Don't hide it. You have 2, 3, 5 businesses. Get all of them involved. Some people don't want it now. They try to run it separately. Separated. Well, thank you very much for watching me. And I'm really thankful that you give me a chance to read it to you. And have fun. And remember to subscribe to my channel. And remember, your mind is a powerful thing. Okay? Have fun. Bye-bye.